I've heard so many people say that narcissists care about nobody but themselves. And I would argue that that's completely wrong. Our narcissists don't care about themselves. They don't care about anybody. They don't have the empathy to be able to really care about that. In this video, I'm going to talk about what narcissists do care about, and I'm going to talk about the worst thing that they do to themselves. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth. I'm a transpersonal psychologist, holistic nutritional chef, and best-selling author of Get Well Now, Healing Yourself with Food and the Power of the Mind. It's a holistic handbook for helping you to heal from all kinds of abuse. What I do is I help ACONs, adult children of narcissists, to become icons. And what's an icon? An icon is somebody who is independent, confident, original, and naturally you. Because the narcissist takes away all of those things from you by making you focus 100% on them, especially if you have a narcissistic parent and you've had to deal with this your entire life. So, like I said, I was going to get to in this video is the worst thing that narcissists do to themselves. So I'm going to address that one thing a little bit more, though, that I said at the beginning about how narcissists, a lot of people will just say that narcissists only care about themselves. The truth is they don't care about themselves. They don't really care about anybody. What they do care about is narcissistic supply. They care about not having to feel any of their shame or their guilt. They care about how they're going to get their energy from you, so that they can feel more empowered or emboldened to keep doing the things that they do. So they do a lot of awful things to people, and I think the worst thing that I see that narcissists do is that they work against themselves. And I want to give you an example from the movie Poor Things. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like a 3-hour ride through toxic masculinity and through narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder. As the movie goes on, we see the men, and I'm just saying it's men because that's the thing in the movie. I know that not all narcissists are men. There are a lot of narcissistic women out there. But just for the sake of describing this in the movie, is that these men get more and more toxic until we get to the last man in the film, and he's so wildly toxic that he's literally keeping his wife as a prisoner. But that's really what happened with her all along the way. She kept being kept prisoner basically by narcissistic men, and that's what they do is they imprison in particular ways, and one of them is that prison of silence I talk about quite often in my work, is that they do all kinds of things to try to keep you silent. The only thing is the main character in Poor Things didn't know how to stay silent. All she knew how to do was to tell the truth. And so it's a really fascinating movie, and I think a fascinating study on narcissistic abuse. But the last thing that the narcissist did in this movie, very close to the very end of it, was he shot himself in the foot. And I thought that was brilliant, because that's exactly what narcissistic people will do, is they will shoot themselves in the foot. They will go to divorce court and sue you for everything you have, fighting over the kids that they don't even care about, they don't really want custody with. But because they're driven by so much vindictiveness, so much anger, so much jealousy, so much envy, shame, and guilt, those are the emotions that drive the narcissist and make them do all kinds of horrible things to others and to themselves. Many narcissists are self-harming, where they're also addicts, they're alcoholics, they're drug addicts, they're doing all kinds of things to hurt themselves. They will rake you through the coals in divorce court and make you pay thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars of your own money and theirs, because they don't care. And they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're making everything much harder for themselves than they have to be. And they continue doing this throughout their entire lives. And as that narcissist ages, and they maybe will develop Alzheimer's or dementia, which I call it narcmentia. It's an awful thing to witness. They get even more and more self-destructive, and they will do all kinds of things, putting themselves into harm's way. and not caring at all about who gets hurt in the process or what could happen. So it is like, this is a really intense thing. And I want you to think about this. You know, if you have a narcissistic parent, a narcissistic mate, somebody you know at work, for instance, or a friend who just keeps working against themselves, keeps making things worse and worse for themselves because they're vindictive. Now, the thing I work with the most are emotions. And so if you think about all of the emotions that you feel as you watch a narcissistic person do this, you go into anger, you go into rage, you go into fear, you go into sometimes feeling like you're absolutely insane because of all the gaslighting and the lying and the hiding and trying to figure out what they might do next, and you having to do some sort of preemptive strike, you know, trying to keep one step ahead or 20 steps ahead of the narcissist, thinking about, oh, well, what are they going to do next so that I can figure out how to put out that fire before it even gets lit. Like, these are the things that you find yourself having to do with a narcissist in your life. And it's exhausting and it wears away at your health. And the key thing that happens is the emotional response that you're feeling. And if you're the one who's sponging all of this in, you're taking on the shame, the guilt, the pain, the vindictiveness, and then you've also got your own anger and your own resentment that have been built up. Resentment is such an interesting word. It's resent. It's resending that energy over and over and over again. And what it does is it breaks you down. So the more that you can release these energies from your own system, you can release these emotional energies, these toxic energies that become toxic to your system and make you sick over time. The short-term thing that you're going to feel is you're going to feel sick to your stomach. You're going to feel slimed. I hear a lot of people say this, and I know I felt this too, where you feel slimed by the narcissistic person. And that those feelings will lodge in your own system. You may have to run to the bathroom every time that the narcissist does something horrible. You may not be able to sleep at night, so you may have problems with insomnia. You may have night terrors or nightmares because of the things that narcissists do. So this is something that I think is really, really important for you to get a handle on in your own life. And I think, you know, the work that I do is the most profound I've ever found for my own self. And it could be the most profound thing for you too, to be able to get to that emotional energy, how you're holding into your body, and to release it from your body so that you feel lighter and freer. So you can get to a place where you're able to let go of and not feel so out of control with someone trying to control you. And where you're able to have dominion over your own emotional life. And I'm not saying this is an easy process, but there is a process to it, and that's the thing that I do help my clients with, is healing that. Healing those connections, those energetic dynamics and those energetic connections that you have with this narcissistic parent or you have with the narcissistic mate in your life. Healing those, releasing those will help you feel more empowered so that when things do happen, because they're gonna happen, you're able to meet them with a calmer demeanor and a truly calm one, not feeling like you're totally acting, doing this, you know, and you deserve an Academy Award for the acting that you're doing. But there's all kinds of skills and tools that I can give you to help you with that. So I hope this information's been really helpful for you. If you're interested, I have a course, an online course. I've just discounted it massively. It's regularly $497. I'm selling it for $197 now. So, and that course is Healing the 5 Primary Wounds of Parental Narcissistic Abuse. And the links are in the description and in the comments below. And I want you to look up that course and see if it might be the right fit for you to help you with energy dynamics and releasing those energies with the narcissistic parent. And then you can work with me one-on-one. And if you are interested in that, you can book a free consultation with me. The consultations are for people who are interested in working with me one-on-one and just want to learn more about that and see if we're a good fit for each other. So again, those are below if you haven't already done so. Like, subscribe, and comment here on this video. Anything that you might have added to make it better, or any stories that you want to share down below in the comments about how your narcissistic person in your life has shot themselves in the foot. Just let us know. And if you have any ideas for videos as well, you can let me know that as well. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth, and I hope this information has helped you get well now.